he's flattening
There you
him
go.
out.
This could be a very short night, a very short second round because Eddie Hultala, it didn't work in round one. He's gonna try it again. There you go. He's flattened like a pancake. Not.
Heavy shots here from Hultala.
And Tal Sultanov is in survival mode now. Whoa!
Again, the very same reversal.
Exactly. Great job by Tal Sultanov.
Bonsoir mesdames et messieurs et bienvenue au Palais des Sports de Dijon. Le début de cette soirée avec, pour lancer, 2 combats amateurs, un combat professionnel dans l'undercard et dès 20h30 en direct sur RMC Sport 2, la main card avec notamment notre main event et un championnat du monde. Est-ce que Dijon est déjà prêt? Je vous entends pas! Mesdames et messieurs, donc, nous allons lancer cette soirée Hexagone MMA 14 avec le premier combat amateur en 3 fois 3 minutes, catégorie lightweight. Ce combat vous est présenté par Fighting Spirit. Le premier combattant à s'avancer dans la cage ce soir nous vient de France. Veuillez accueillir Eddie Hultala.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the preliminary portion of Hexagone MMA 14. My name is Sebastian Metal Martinez, calling the action here alongside Celi Amberini, and we welcome in, first out, Eddie Hultala.
I gotta tell you, I'm very happy to be here tonight. We're live in the cage side from the beautiful city of Dijon, and we're gonna have the opportunity to watch some new up-and-comers, some amateur starting out their career basically and trying to impress the crowd and show them what they do best basically, right?
And one could not have asked for a better stage to prove yourself as an up-and-coming amateur fighter in France than Hexagone MMA. We've seen time and time again both impressive amateurs but also fighters making their pro debuts in this promotion, and here we have Eddie Hultala making the walking into Ain't No Sunshine, and guess what, ever great fighter used to do that, Mr. Anderson Silva himself. So we'll see if Hultala likes to style himself like the spider, coming in here with a high finishing rate, that 86%, 2 knockouts or TKO and 4 submissions. 4 of those finishes in the very first round. He's also a 2023 French silver medalist in the white belt division in the BJJ championships. Also has a bronze medal in the 2023 French amateur MMA championships. So definitely a credentialed guy for sure.
He's ready for the challenge tonight. We are in the lightweight division. I gotta tell you something, the pressure is on for sure for him, even though it's the start of the night. The arena is still filling out here tonight. But I guess the pumping circumstances of what's going on around him gotta put a lot of pressure on his shoulders. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think it might be something initially, but once the fight gets started and once the adrenaline starts flowing, then they might as well be fighting on Mars. Pretty much every fighter that you talk to will say the same thing, but once they are locked down inside the fight, very little outside of it really does affect them. Obviously, there are exceptions to that rule, but I do suspect that once these guys start swanging and banging.
Well, we've seen some guys, especially this week, fight week, pressure is on for some of them, and I got to tell you, maybe we'll talk about it a little bit later on in the program, but we have felt that some of the fighters are feeling the pressure, maybe.
Well, obviously, I mean, it's a big show, debuting in Dijon for the first time, Hexagone MMA, an interim title in the main event. There's so much room for making your mark and just cutting a swath through the competition, and proving where you belong in the French MMA food chain.
You were talking about his experience, the fact that he already did a lot in the cage, but usually it's on small shows, little crowd. I mean, not a lot of even media around it. It's a whole different ball game tonight. I mean, you're saying that, okay, they forget about the pressure, they forget about everything, they just focus on what they're supposed to do, but I don't don't know. I'm not sure I agree with that. Especially with the young kids, especially with the young guys. Sorry, not kids, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Their dream is to become professional. Their dream is to really be focused on, and they know the pressure is on because they don't have any. They have no room for a mistake, basically.
Yeah, that's a good point there, Celian. I mean, one little mistake is all the difference between victory and the agony of defeat.
So I don't know why it's taking so long, but we're patiently waiting for the opponent to come out.
I guess we got to let DMX do the whole verse first.
Well, the magic of MMA brought us here in the beautiful city of Dijon. I got to tell you something. You're coming from Sweden, I come from France, and we're back now here today in this city. Would you ever have thought that one day you would be in Dijon doing commentary on mixed martial arts?
You know, definitely not, especially a couple of years ago, as MMA has still been legalized just less than 5 years here in this country, and it's, you know, fantastic that we can finally see these French fighters.
Et maintenant pour son adversaire de France également, veuillez accueillir Ismail Tolsultanov.
Yes, finally we can see these French fighters compete on their home turf. And here we have Ismail Tolsultanov. This is a guy who is also quite experienced, and he actually, just in January of this year, took part in an MMA tournament. He had 2 fights in the same day, ended up going 1-1. That loss was via decision. And decision is something that this guy is kind of used to. He's gone the distance quite a bit, and that can, you know, tell you a couple of different things. It could say that he perhaps lacks of finishing ability, but also considering the fact that this is amateur and also a little bit harder in general to finish guys, it can also show you that this guy is experienced. He is resilient, and he does not get put away easily himself either.
Well, Sebastian, you're saying he's experienced. I got to tell you, he's only 18 years old.
Side of a cage, locked, stocked, and ready to rock. Let's take a quick look at the tail of the tape.
Tolsultanov, only 18 years old, much taller than Eddie Hotal. 5'10", Tolsultanov. We're in the 70 kilo weight class. That's the lightweight division, 155 pounds max between the two. And of course, Eddie Hotal with 10 amateur fights.
Premier combat de cette immense soirée Hexagone MMA 14. Combat amateur en 3 fois 3 minutes, présenté par Fighting Spirit, catégorie lightweight, moins de 70 kilos. Dans le coin bleu de France, 1m66, 69,7 kg, 7 victoires, 3 défaites en amateur. Eddie Hurta!
Yeah, he's announced that 1m66, Eddie Hurta.
De France,
Pretty small for this weight
1m78,
class.
69,6 kg, 4 victoires, 2 défaites en amateur. Ismail Sultanov!
Thank you, Christophe, for those introductions as we get set for the first fight of the night here, Hexagone 14 at the Palais des Sports in Dijon.
So we're going to check it out when they face off in the center of the cage. But there's supposed to be a 4-inch difference between the two. Advantage Sultanov. The red gloves.
Eddie Hurta in the blue. Now it is a pronounced height difference there.
Of course, Sultanov fighting in the as a lefty.
And that does open up a lot of strikes for both fighters, really. The rear kick is there for both of them. I do like that we see Hurta going to the body there, mixing things up a little bit.
Also attacking the lead leg of Sultanov, trying to keep him at bay a little bit. Sweeping the leg, almost Karate Kid style.
Yeah, it's just constant activity there from Hurta. He's just got to be careful not to get countered by Sultanov. We saw that he fired off a couple shots, which Hurta admittedly did defend quite well, but oh, look, there's a takedown.
No, takedown attempt. He's going to try to finish it at maximum. Doesn't want to let it go, but good defense by Sultanov. Refusing to go down.
Absolutely, his defense holding up for sure, Celian. You can see very Hurta abandoned the back position.
Hurta with a knee to the thigh of his opponent, trying to weaken Sultanov to really, he's not letting go. He really wants to get the takedown. As you can see, he's using a lot of energy.
That being said, though, we can see that he's constantly throwing those knees to the thigh, which is a great investment for the third round, if in fact this fight does go that long.
And these hurt. I mean, those are massive. You can see that Sultanov is doing his best to try to block those knees. He's feeling it.
That's some noticeable redness already.
Yeah, those are the type of shots that they're going to hurt even tomorrow. He's going to be probably hurting for a couple of days with those. And still, there you go.
Exactly what Hurta wanted, but look at that. Sultanov right up to his feet, but now Hurta with both hooks in, looking to get the rear naked choke.
This could be a short one. He's trying to get it. We knew it was going to be a styles clash, and Sultanov on the ground, of course, is completely dominated right now by Hurta. People going nuts right next to us because they want Hurta to finish up the giant of a man in front of him.
Oh, but look at that. Sultanov turns around, ends up in the guard of his opponent.
Great reversal by Sultanov. What's going on now?
Oh, mouthpiece out.
Yep.
"20 seconds with which Sultanov can work here in top position. And landing some shots there to cap off the round. Nothing too authoritative, though.
And one last exchange, just on the buzzer. One more knee thrown by Eddie Hurta. I got to tell you, it's pretty impressive work by Sultanov at the end because he managed to do a nice little reversal. I really thought that Hurta had the opportunity to finish that one up in the first round.
Well, I mean, it looked like it for sure. When he started raining down that ground and pound, it seemed as if the end was near, but like you said, I mean, massive credit there to Ismail Sultanov. Let's take a look at some of that action from the first round. There, perfectly timed takedown attempt there from Hurta. Ducks under the strike.
But Sultanov actually survived, refused to go down, got in defensive mode. But that's a little bit later on with the ground and pound by Hurta, forcing Sultanov to spit out his mouth guard. Woo. Another thing we didn't say about Eddie Hurta is I was told he's actually in the mountain corps in the infantry, the French army. I guess this is...
We'll see if he has some military precision in those strikes in.
25-year-old Eddie Hurtal representing the ringside Dardilly around Lyon.
It's a nice overhand right that led to the takedown here for Hurtal.
He's going back to what he loves the best. Grappling mode by Hurtal. Getting the hooks in now.
Always flattening
There you
him
go.
out.
This could be a very short night, very short second round because Eddie Hurtal, it didn't work in round one. He's gonna try it again. There you go. It's flattened like a pancake. Not.
Heavy shots here from Hurtal.
And Tal Sultanov is in survival mode now. Whoa!
Again, the very same reversal.
Exactly. Great job by Tal Sultanov. What's up again?
Yeah, the referee is really breaking up the action here quite a bit.
Of course, please remember these are amateur bouts. As you can see, they have the shin guards on, the short rounds, only 3 minutes. No elbows on the ground, no...
Knees to the head and slightly larger gloves as well.
No submissions also that could damage the spine or the neck.
Oh, armbar attempt from the bottom. It looks to be a little bit too high on the arm though.
He's focusing on it. As you can hear, the trainer on the outside and right next to us and is insisting and telling Eddie to actually do it. Ooh! Bit of a slam. Entering the danger zone. You saw Tal Sultanov using a lot of energy to lift the 70 kilos of Hurtal. Didn't lead anywhere, but that was pretty impressive.
Nice adjustment there though from Hurtal. He managed to, you know, as soon as he didn't get that submission, he did not accept being grounded at all. Immediately back up to his feet. And again gets a takedown. Bit of an unorthodox single leg there.
He loves it. Every time there's a piece of meat in front of him, he just grabs it and wants to take it down. It's a reflex for him. And you see what I mean? Boom!
Great double leg takedown there. Final 30 seconds of the second round.
The human spear.
And again to back mount.
That's his favorite. Trying to flatten his opponent and then just rain with massive shots and just hope. No, 15 seconds. I don't think that'll be enough.
He's got the gift wrap by the looks of... No, not anymore. Still a great position to put an exclamation point on his second round for Eddie Hurtal.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got total and utter domination in the wrestling and in the grappling by Eddie Hurtal. I mean, Ismail Tulsatunov did impress us a few times by doing these reversals, but right now it's really not enough to dominate the fight, and he's fighting from behind, and the third round is going to be really tough for him.
That being said, well, keep in mind that, you know, he has done tournaments before, including 2 fights in the very same night, so it could be sort of a tortoise versus a squirrel kind of thing. Maybe he's trying to pace himself a little bit. Also, traditionally, the thicker and more muscular build you have, the quicker your cardio will run out. So we'll see. Well, I am in agreement. This is definitely Eddie Hurtal's fight so far. However,
did you say the tortoise and the squirrel?
Sorry, rabbit.
I think, yeah. Well, the squirrel's pretty fast too, so.
Yeah, I think it might be some similar stats on those mammals. Okay, third and final round here between Ismail Tulsatunov in the red corner and Eddie Hurtal in the blue.
Opening contest of this great night of action. And as you can see in the Sports Palace here in Dijon, the crowd is already filling up, ready to encourage these rather unknown fighters right now at the beginning of their career. And again, Hurtal trying with the shoot in the legs. That was pretty easy to read, and Tal Sultanov countered it.
was a nice high kick there from Tusultanov, but Hurtal caught it.
Easily caught it, yeah.
Some great awareness and adjustments from Hurtal. He doesn't really accept disadvantageous positions or strikes. He's constantly trying to counter.
Oof. Those shoots to the leg again and again. You can hear the guy on the outside, the coach. I don't know if you heard it. He said abim, which means you got to hurt him. You got to basically take him down step by step. Almost like those boulder shots to the thighs, and they add up, I'm telling you.
Oh, absolutely. Tusultanov is not going to be a fan of stairs after his fight.
Something I wanted to tell earlier before Tusultanov exploded for a second is that one of these fighters is coming from Saint-Etienne, the other one from Lyon, two towns that pretty much hate each other, not far from each other, but there's been a long rivalry between those two towns, especially in soccer.
Okay.
I'm sure it's kind of oozing now to the MMA world.
I'm sure some extra bragging rights involved in this contest then for sure, as Tusultanov again gets for a reversal from top position. Hurtal not really able to lock in the hooks properly.
No, and now he's getting caught with that front face lock. Had to let it go, back on his feet, and still tangled.
Final minute of the final round here in this amateur lightweight contest.
Tusultanov needs to keep it as much as he can in the striking. Got to use his range. Unfortunately for him, the guy in front had some other idea. I told you it's going to be a styles clash, and that's exactly what it was. One guy only wanted to do striking, the other one only wanted to take him down. In the end, it's the wrestler that's got the advantage. Only 35 seconds to go. This one should be in the bag for Edi Hurtal.
And he's... Oh, nice up kick there. It looked for a moment like he was, yeah, there we go, trying to throw the legs to the side to try and pass.
Exactly. And again, a nice up kick. The face of Hurtal, not full power, but still it stings a bit. 10 seconds. Got to finish off strong and show to the judges on the outside who was the boss. Yep, one more shot right on the buzzer. Good job. And I got to say, Ismail Tusultanov survived. And from what I saw in round number one, I really thought it was going to be a quick one.
Well, he's one tough son of a gun, definitely. I mean, will not give up. That was a nice head kick, but it perhaps didn't land with all the power needed.
18 years old. Can you imagine? The guy survived the 3 rounds. Unfortunately, he's going to leave with a loss tonight. And that was right at the end of round 3. A couple of up kicks by Ismail Tusultanov, doing his best to survive. And Edi Hurtal. You told us before that he was a finisher, right? 7 wins in amateur, 6 finishes.
Yeah.
Ah, we didn't get what we wanted.
Not this time.
I came for a finish.
But I'm sure a very important fight for both fighters, and that they definitely, both guys had to work for it. And this is what amateur MMA is all about at the end of the day. It's about building experience. These 2 guys just got a boatload of it. All right, judges' scorecards seem to have been collected. Let's hand it over to Christophe for the official decision.
Juge, le coin bleu, Edi Hurtal!
No surprise here, the unanimous decision for Edi Hurtal. He's going to leave the arena tonight with win number 8 in his amateur career. What do you think, Sebastian? What do you think the correct decision is in a career? After how many fights, basically, can you say, okay, I got enough of the amateur adventure? Let's try it out in the pro ranks.
It's a good question, but a very complicated one too, because I feel like it's so individual based. Like, are they pure MMA guys? Do they have maybe 6-7 years of wrestling behind them? I think all that stuff can be very, very important to add to the equation. Hurtal, super experienced both in the wrestling and grappling department, but also in amateur MMA. I mean, this is a guy who fought Arnaud Prigent, who is a European IMF bronze medalist. So I would not be surprised if we see Eddie Hurtado make a move to pro sooner rather than later.
Well, if this was a taste of things to come, this is going to be a special night. And no time to lose. The mic man is in the ring. We got match